It can be easy to look at, I need to get this thing legal approved. I need privacy to okay this project, and really see them as a blocker to the business. That's never the case. Like, you guys are peers, you're in it together, you're working towards the same goal, but you have to understand privacy's job is to protect the business.
Kind of strategies can privacy leaders use to communicate the value of consent to marketing leaders and some of their teams?
A phrase that we've been actually saying here at Transcend internally, which I love, is just consent equals intent. And I think that's so powerful because it just reminds us how easy it is for each team to get lost in your own vocabulary, your own nomenclature. But then if you zoom all the way out, like all the way, to the board level, to the business strategy level, we have different words for slightly different metrics, but they're all pointed towards the same goals. So where privacy leaders might be paying attention to the number of users that accept cookies or your consent rate, marketing treats that as an opt-in rate. That's really kind of the translation for marketing for that flavor of user behavior and user action. Or if you want to think about, quantifying privacy's impact towards revenue, oftentimes that's been, fines that are avoided with proactive regulatory compliance or risk reduction. But you could also take that to the other side of the spectrum and think about your ROAS, or your return on ad spend, that the business gets from better first-party data that can be used across marketing and growth initiatives. So I think once you're starting to speak the same language, or at least you have a way to translate, different metrics, it's then much easier to go deeper into the data, into data-driven insights. So from there, privacy leaders, you guys can present those data and insights that demonstrate the positive impact of consent, whether that's on customer engagement, retention, loyalty, LTV. Show those case studies and those metrics on how consent as a foundation for marketing leads to better outcomes. That's super persuasive.
Going back to the first thing that you said when it came to being on both sides of the coin in marketing and privacy, where you're at today, is there anything that you can tell the listeners that are maybe in either or seat, if there's any kind of misconceptions from both sides, anything that you could leave us with that could be helpful to just hear a different perspective from your end?
Yeah, I don't know if they're misconceptions, maybe even just stereotypes, but I think oftentimes marketers, particularly folks that are very tied into growth, very dialed into demand gen, it can be easy to look at, I need to get this thing legal approved. I need privacy to okay this project, and really see them as a blocker to the business. But I think having obviously, been at Transcend, worked with our privacy team, spoken to so many privacy leaders across multiple types of businesses, that's never the case. Like, you guys are peers, you're in it together, you're working towards the same goal, but you have to understand privacy's job is to protect the business. And I think the reality is a lot of businesses that we operate in does span, spectrums of gray. And it's just a matter of learning each other's language, learning each other's context, technology to better understand, okay, we can go into dark gray here, but we can't go all the way over here. And so I think that's probably just the general misconception that I definitely think, I'll just speak for the marketers on my side of the house. Like, I think it's easy to kind of put privacy and legal into this box and treat them as the enemy, but that's definitely never the case.
What do you think are some ways that in the marketing side that you can actually help with the collaboration between privacy marketing and the company's culture when it comes to privacy as a whole?
I think at the end of the day, you need to have your leaders invested in this. It's about showing them, why the work you do matters and why the work that you do is going to be more impactful with the strategic peer on board. Paint that vision for them. I think this is where a lot of resources in the industry will be really powerful, whether it's analyst reports on how different initiatives are evolving, folks that are getting involved, metrics that are coming up to the surface, technologies that's changing. There's a lot of information out there that can help you paint the picture for why you need to set your organization and your culture up a certain way. And then from there, once you have, leadership buy-in, it's about staying very close to the project day in, day out, and making sure that that comes through in small interactions, that comes through in how you prioritize OKRs for the year and how you plan the budget, that comes through in how you just give kind of updates in regular team meetings. You have to all kind of wrap it in that continual context in order to really change the tone, the culture, and really kind of shift the dials on that.